Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendy and today's video is a little bit more of a vlog style where I share what it is that I do with you today on a Saturday, May 4th. So on today's agenda is quite a few things, mostly all school stuff. So I had to do an assignment, which was a basic coding certificate that I had to do. So I just turned that into my Blackboard, which was like, yay. I'm so glad I got it over with. And the second thing is a quiz, so that means I have to study before I take my quiz. And then after that, I have to, wait, do I have to take an exam? No, I don't have to take an exam. No exam this week. And I already also did my replies to my discussion because, you know, if you're in online school, then you're most likely going to be doing discussions every freaking week. And of course, you have to do at least 2 replies to each discussion. And it sucks. Most of the time I just feel like I'm just making up stuff, not making up, but great post, thank you for sharing, you know, ugh. Anyways, but after that the plan is to actually watch boxing. I love to watch boxing, and I know it has nothing to do with nursing, but I'm excited. I'm very excited. I love watching boxing, MMA, and I'm not a hardcore fan where I'm watching each and every fight or each and every match, whatever it's called, but boxing is super entertaining and I love watching it. And of course I have to watch it tonight because it's Canelo, hello, and I have to watch it. You guys, I'm Mexican, so I have to watch it. So I'm really excited to watch that tonight, but first it's school. I have to do school stuff because it is what it is, and unfortunately when you're in school, school is your priority. I do work full-time as well, but luckily this program is just one class at a time instead of more than one, so that helps out a lot. But I gotta get back to studying. So alright guys, so I'm back from my walk and now it's lunchtime. I am freaking hungry and I'm eating leftover food like rice, tempura, steak, because I went to go eat some Japanese food yesterday. And yeah, and of course I eat sushi, but I mean I finished that yesterday. So anyways, in the next clip I wanted to share information about suturing, staples, signs and symptoms of wound infection. So that's what you're gonna see. I had recorded it last week, but I totally forgot to post it, so you're gonna see that in the next clip. Now keep in mind that all this information that I am sharing with you guys is information that is in a way new to me, so I'm just learning it from what I'm learning in my lectures. So it could be completely different in the real world, because you guys remember nursing school was you learn something in the book, but in the real world it's completely different. You guys know what I mean? If a patient comes into the office or to the ER, wherever it is that you're at with a laceration, how long do we have as providers to repair that laceration? So a laceration should be repaired within less than 12 hours. And if it is a facial laceration, then that could be within a 24-hour time frame. So when a patient comes in with a wound, it is important that we find out when did it occur, how did it occur, how did the wound initially look, because sometimes the wound can be very small and then patients can wait quite some time to come into the office and then it's a huge wound, right? So that's important to find out. Also the foreign object, how much it bled, whether they received their tetanus shot. That's super important, because if they haven't, then we need to give it to them. And a tetanus shot is usually within 10 years. If you have not had a tetanus shot within those 10 years, then we have to give you one. And well, not have to, it's all, you know, the patient has to consent to it, but it is recommended that a tetanus shot is given. Now, when it comes to the point where the patient is having trouble with the functionality of that extremity, then that becomes an issue. So medical emergency, if pulses, there's no pulses, diminished pulses on that affected extremity. If it's cold, numbness, tingling, especially numbness and cold, ooh, you do not want to mess with that. ER. And of course, if the patient is diabetic or is immunocompromised or has other comorbidities, then the possibility of giving them a prophylactic antibiotic is also something that is to be considered as well. What are signs and symptoms of an infection? Let's say the patient has an infection on their arm. What would you see? So you would see redness around the site. It would be hot to touch. It could possibly also be draining, either purulent, foul discharge. Also, there could be symptoms of fever, chills, nausea, vomiting. Those are all signs and symptoms of infection. Now, if they initially had noticed that the redness is starting to spread, then that's another sign of infection, and that could be cellulitis. So it is very important, especially for our diabetic and our immunocompromised patients, that we, before these things occur to them, that we explain and educate them the importance of being careful when they do get a wound or any type of laceration, because they need to go to their doctor immediately. They need to know what these signs and symptoms of the infection are and how it is that they can in the future avoid these issues, because it can bring very bad consequences if they don't take care of it. If their blood sugar is always super high and they're not controlling their blood sugars, then their wound is probably gonna take forever to heal, and that's because their glucose is so freaking high and all this bacteria is just like addicted to sugar and all that stuff. So of course it wants to live off it, and of course it's not gonna get better. So it's important that we teach our diabetic patients all these things about wounds and how important it is to actually control your blood sugar. You don't want to end up with an amputation or anything like that. So usually when a patient has a laceration to their face, it is not recommended to use sutures or staples. Usually they'll use like glue such as Dermabond. So usually skin stapling would be for the scalp, the torso, or possible the extremities as well. It's usually not the face, because you know there's most likely going to be scarring there if you're doing it on the face. So if it's an area where you know a good cosmetic result is not necessarily like important, then you can do it in that area, but you don't want to do it on the face. So you don't want to do skin stapling on the face, the neck, over the joint, or over specific joints like where it's movable. You don't want to do it there. And usually skin stapling is more suited for areas such as the scalp, possible the extremities, or the torso. And that's because those are areas where it's not really like important to have a good cosmetic result. To a lot of people, their face is important. So you don't want to scar them in that way. At least the torso and the other extremities are not, you know, people don't really worry about that because it's not something that you're gonna see 24/7. If you guys want me to continue making videos like these, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you're interested in seeing more videos so that you're notified when I post these videos. All right, you guys, I did my quiz. I got 100%. Thank you, Jesus. Next week is gonna be the comprehensive finals. I'm like, I'll really have to study for that one. But now it's time for a little bit of fun. I'm gonna watch the fight tonight on Mike. So we're gonna eat pizza. My dad already ate some, and wings. Yummy, so good. Delicious. All right, you guys, so I watched the fight. Canelo won, and I totally knew he was gonna win. So yay, yay, yay. It's like great because it's like Cinco de Mayo. But anyways, I gotta go to the gym. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's actually 10:54, but I have to get the workout in. So anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.